to the Trinidad cast. My name is Andre Charles, Mr. Charles from Make It Simple TT. And, well, today we have an interview episode because my co-hosts are busy. Okay, no, not that they're busy. We're really supposed to record later, but this is actually Independence Day and people have things to do. So we have to push the interview up a little earlier. Hence the reason why my guest is in a car right now driving. Yes, I don't know if you'll get locked up for... will you get locked up for doing... No, you won't. Your hand's not on you. It's hands-free, basically. Yeah.
It is hands-free, basically. I mean, the car pretty new, eh? So,
well,
we are cruise control.
Okay. All right. We wouldn't tell anybody. Independence Day is when there's had the roadblocks and thing, but that's cool. If all they hear whoop whoop and the podcast just stops, I'll point a good word for you. I probably know a few police officers. Yeah, I have with me Sifted, real government name. I won't tell you because I probably can't pronounce it properly, but how's pronounce your government name? You tell anybody your government name? No, you don't.
Yeah, I would have mentioned it a few times. It's Francesca Dworka. And then when I say that, people think I'm really from the West.
Yeah, it's giving off a Goodwood Park kind of vibe thing. But how about Western South? Was he Western South? The place in South.
The Western South is I guess it's Gulfview.
Gulfview, yeah, that's it, yeah. Gulfview is the what you would consider. When you're from Gulfview, there's a particular stigma that you might have. Maybe not, depending. But yeah, so we're here to talk technology.
Nah, I grew up in Marbella.
You grew up in Marbella?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, that again has a stigma. That has a stigma by itself, but that's okay. That's cool. Yeah. All right. So if we lag, if you all hear any lag, that's okay. We'll fix it in post. It's cool because she's sacrificing to be on the podcast while driving. All right. So we're talking about the financial landscape of digital content in Trinidad and Tobago, overcoming social stigmas, and the viability of content creation and entrepreneurship. The reason I'm doing this podcast is because we had a post on TikTok that did kind of well enough, 10,000, whatever it is. And a lot of people were commenting about gaming in Trinidad and Tobago and the viability of making money playing games in Trinidad. And the thing is a lot of people are commenting and saying different things, but then you jumped in and you said some stuff and I was like, hey, look, Francesca. And it was sort of like cool to see it take so much time to put effort into a comment, because lots of people don't put effort into comments anymore because it's a waste of time talking to people on the internet, honestly, right? Like me personally, true. I ain't jumping in no comment section unless I know there's somebody there that's actually going to read it. So I assumed that, you thought that I would read it because your name, a girl name drop too. When I got the name drop, I was like, oh, look, okay, this must be very genuine. This must be very genuine. And I read it through and like it was real genuine. If I read the comment for you, you're gonna laugh, but I actually have the comment here because I have to use it as material to plan. Stream for 5 years, and yes, you can make money, but it's not sustainable to live off of, and income isn't consistent. USD earn is devalued through the conversion system of 1 USD to 6.8 TTD. Also not being a US citizen, the taxes are blah, 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 and lots of stuff. I've made my entire income on Twitch in 5 years. What I streamed for 1 month from another business related to tech, and you went to tongue on them, and nobody could reply because it was like kind of like a drop mic kind of thing, and I appreciated that. So let me talk about it a little bit, and while we talk about it, we'll see where you have come, where you have reached to in your journey.
The guy that is interviewed, actually, I know him. I met him in person and stuff. Basically,
Zayn?
I met Zayn in person.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I mean, he told me that he looked up to me in terms of streaming, but everything it is I would have said there's something it is that I told him in person as well. It's just not viable because of our banking infrastructure in Trinidad, with people's lack of access to credit cards and our culture and not donating and stuff to people, especially creators. The majority of influencers in Trinidad get their money from sponsorships, and for gaming we don't really have that much of a room. If I'm being honest with you, a lot of the corporate opportunities I got in terms of gaming, they just did it more so for like I guess, marketing purposes, but not because it is you're truly interested in the gaming community, but
It was like
rather
you're
just,
the token
yeah,
gamer that you should to fill your quota. Like find somebody who
yeah,
different
that's
types of
how it
content
is
creators.
usually be.
Yeah. So like content creation in with respect to gaming is where you would have started off. You spend most of your time playing League and not League, what's the one by?
Mostly
Is
League, yeah.
yeah, mostly League, yeah, League of Legends. And you used to stream on Twitch, you used to trial YouTube thing here and there. And well, we would have known from like the pandemic, we would have known who you are because you always used to have your your, your LED lights and your gamer microphone in front of you and your headphones and thing. And she's the one that's be streaming the games. And it had sometime you had host some kind of game thing too.
Yeah.
Or you were one of the hosts or something, and that was real cool. And everybody was like, "Oh, look, yeah, gaming is that thing or whatnot." Yeah. What have you learned? Like that gaming is still fun, but the dreams I had about it. What have you learned?
I've learned that once it is in the Caribbean, I think you will be very much limited in terms of the gaming industry and even esports to an extent, because we don't have the infrastructure here. We don't have like, well, one forward moving minds. I know a lot of people like would mention, oh well, in Barbados it is they're moving forward and they're doing something for esports in terms of that. I just feel like Barbados so like they're so knowledgeable in terms of like when it comes down to moving things forward, especially with their tourism industry and their ease of access to US and stuff like that. They're more forward thinking. But
Yeah,
Trinidad, we are oil and gas and what is the other one,
yeah.
dog? Oil and gas
Petrochemicals and party. Lots of party.
and drugs.
Yeah.
So
The underground market. Yeah, facts.
we ain't really like going through that level of thinking on what esports could really do. I think that
Mm-hmm.
our culture too sets us up to fail in terms of it as well, because we are not like there's a lot of systems, especially within the government, that's not digitized. I don't know if that's a word, but like it's
Don't worry. We just hop on that like every week on this podcast. We had to be talking about
yeah.
how this database and all them kind of thing
And we
easier.
had
So
this like
yeah,
whole
I get you.
ministry of AI and digital transformation and thing, and yet nothing still I get on it. So
Yeah, let me don't go there. I mean, you could
yeah.
go there, but I mean, we just go there. If Akeem was here, we'd just be groaning silence. But it's cool. Yeah.
So it's not something that is that we really like there for now. I think we will take a very long time to even catch up to there, especially with that aspect of things. So if it is you really want to do well, I think it's best for somebody to just migrate to somewhere like Canada or the States. On the western side of the world. If you want to be on the western side of the world, still at that point. Because it's not
Yeah.
lucrative.
Cause the thing that plenty people don't really grasp is the CPM thing, right? The amount of streams
Yeah.
that you have and the amount of views that you get does not equate to the same amount of money that an American does get because their industry views digital media differently to us.
Yeah.
So they transitioned from their traditional media a long time ago. We now transition from our traditional media. So you could get 1,000 streams and a YouTuber could get 1,000 streams and they could get like 500 US and you will get 5 US. And
Yeah, that's because we don't run ads on YouTube.
yeah, we don't run ads on YouTube. But around
Yeah.
election time, I might get or something because
Elections,
that's
yeah.
really
I was not gonna say that. Like 2013, Kamala run real ads on YouTube.
yeah. We get all thing. And I remember that, and once I learned that, I kind of realized, okay, cool. This streaming thing and this YouTube thing, it is not sustainable in our economy. So therefore, I have to start to think differently because being a YouTuber is not a job that a Trinidadian could do unless you have international market. If you have an international market, wherever they watch it from, they will see the ads from their place and then that US will transfer to you. But it's still
Yeah.
going to have the exchange rate problems and the taxes problems and things. And you kind of spoke about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how you manage your transition from the inconsistent income stream from streaming to stable revenue in a tech business? When did it kind of click for you to say, all right, I like this, I could do this, this is actually fun, but if I want to make any sort of stable revenue, I have to start to work on the back end of things and use this place as a platform to build something else. When that click?
Yeah, I think it started to click immediately when I started the business. The reason why I started the business actually was because of you, because real people was
Seriously,
asking me,
I,
yeah, like real
I,
people was
I,
asking me about computers. I
I
didn't know nothing
remember
about it at
I
the time.
remember when you did an actual video and you said,
Yeah,
"Hey, you see this tech thing? You see, check this fella, right? Because he know everything and he use a lot of colorful language and people was like, who's that girl that cussing and pointing people to you?" And I was like, well, yeah, that is just TikTok. That is how the thing does go. Well, welcome to the world. And yeah, I remember that vividly. I can't find back the actual video. If I find it, I'll put it as a clip in the podcast. But
yeah.
so yeah, you were into tech and you knew a little bit about computers and thing, or people thought you knew a lot about computers, which you probably did. But there were some deeper things like, megahertz and the buffer size and the DDR5 versus DDR4 and all them kind of
Yeah.
things and whatnot. Yeah. So so that kind of click around that time. So that's like 2021 sorts thereabouts.
I can guarantee at that point in time I didn't know nothing about nothing. Like I telling you the truth, nothing about nothing.
Yeah.
I was just like having fun playing games and whatnot. But at that point in time, like I really needed like a job. And no one was hiring me. I dropped out of university because like I don't know, I was just bored. Like I got all A's in the first semester. I got really bored. And then I was like, I don't know if I want to do this the rest of my life now. For me, in
Yeah.
school, I was majoring in psychology and I was minoring in nutrition and Spanish because I was. Yeah, sorry about that. I
Right,
got
cool, yeah.
called. Yeah,
Oh, you
that
get a
was.
call. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
the call was really important, so I had to take it. That's actually where I'm going next now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
Yeah.
means it had to do with money. So cool, no problem.
Yeah. Obviously, I had to take money.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So you wanted to be a nutritionist and
A
a
psychologist, yeah.
psychologist.
I
Yeah.
find like nutrition and like living a holistic lifestyle is about a lot of people more familiar mental health than like I mean my mom personally has mental illness, right? And my mom was like in and out of ward one my entire life. My mom was in St.
Mm.
Anne's. She was on every drug it is you can name for antipsychotics. And
Yeah.
I felt it didn't have to reach to that extent if, you know, a lot of the things that like from lifestyle was there before it reached to that extent now. So I wanted to kind of
Yeah.
help people stop that. And then like I asked myself if I really wanted to take money to help people that probably don't have the money. To
I
tell them
get
just,
you. I get you
just eat.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, oh
Wait.
God, I go feel real bad to tell these
Mm.
people, well, yeah, what now? Just eat properly, exercise, and pay my 500. Goodbye.
Yeah. I understand.
Yeah.
Understand. So then you was like, I should find out more about this computer thing because people ask me about it plenty, and let me try to see if I could turn it
I
into an
got
opportunity.
denied from like a lot of jobs because I was trying to like not be a bum and be home and do nothing while I was taking my time to think about what I wanted to do. So I was
Yeah.
applying for jobs. I just needed the money because again, my mom, she is mentally ill. She never at that point, like in her illness, it degraded a lot where she was not paying bills at home. And I had to find a way to pay them bills. And I was like, okay, let me get a job. And well, my dad was like, well, unless it's the bank, don't bother. And I was like, all right, dad, anyway. And then like I realized how bad the job market was in Trinidad. It was real hard to get a job.
Yeah.
But I
Facts.
wanted to basically prove my dad wrong. Like, now me gonna work in no bank. Because to me, working in an office is like the debt. The debt are everything that I planned for.
Ever
Was
watch
working in an
Severance?
office.
There's a show
Yeah.
called Severance where when you go to work, it's basically detach yourself from your personal life outside and just go to work and then detach yourself so you won't know what work is because you leave the work up to another version of yourself. But anyhow, if anybody never watched Severance, you could watch it. Yeah, so our tech business, you started the tech business and you got capital. I think I saw a video where you got you started your business with like $20,000
Yeah.
or something, right?
And then I lost the 20,000 by the way because I didn't know what I was doing. That's the thing I
Well,
don't tell people.
but hey, those you know how to tell me, you know how
Yeah.
much money I lost doing business, and I was just so stupid, and I didn't really think through it, and yeah, that's why I'm a big man. From me, I lost when I
Yeah.
started my business something, and I was doing what I had to do, and I realized, what? Wait now, all our money gone. But yeah.
Yep.
So I understand.
I think it is
So,
important
yeah.
to tell people though, because real people think, oh, so you just get gifted 20K. I was like, first of all, I save my money throughout school. I never buy nothing now because I didn't really care to buy anything. And then
Yeah, correct.
second of all, I went and I lost all of it. And when I say all of it, it was like I didn't know how to run a business properly in terms of determining the right margins. And I
Yeah.
needed that the money to reinvest in other things. Like it was just horrible all around. I don't think
Mm.
people realize that. So I lost all and I had to work ride share to build back up the capital. Yeah.
You see, it's them kind of things that like, because, well, you know, I'm a teacher. It's them kind of things I just go in class and tell children, and I just be like, no, you don't understand. You live in this like pie in the sky dream. Out there hard, dog. Out there real difficult, and you just
Yeah.
make real mistakes and thing. But is your mentality gonna and get you through now? Like when you do shippiness like that, you have to decide. All right, I'm going to fix this. How I gonna fix this? I have to do this thing that I hate, but I know how to fix it now. That kind of vibes, yeah. I understand. So right, so the tech business, starting up on thing and doing real good. And well, whenever I see somebody start up a tech business, I'll be real proud of them because I'll be like, oh, look at that. Look, they're giving people proper technology, not just trying to sell you gimmicky things now, but you're actually trying to provide value for people technological wise. And that is one of the things I always used to hate when I was younger in technology. When you go by tech business, I'd be like, I know exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to sell me this mouse and tell me it's good, but the mouse not good, and you know that. But you're just trying to move units somewhere, whatever the case is, that kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I could sense, well, I could sense, I know that you have a little more. It's not about integrity, but it's just about proper like caring about the customer a little bit more now, because
Yeah.
that's come from social media.
The thing about it is though, like
Yeah.
in business, nobody can ever say this. I really rip them off for anything,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, the amount of people in Trinidad are real unreasonable, you know, and real people that ask me for refunds, like just last week, just for
Yeah.
like randomness now, and I would give them
Yeah.
back their money, and I find like, you know, business as compared to the creators, like being a creator and getting money from that, I choose business every time, even though it might be a headache. So because you know the money there for sure.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
on a
It's a
creator,
stable thing. Yeah.
yeah, when you're dealing with creators like that money you don't know where it's gonna go, you don't know how you're gonna get, and then you have to negotiate to even just get your normal price, because companies really willing to discount your eye for basically any and anything. It is the worst. It's honestly the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah.
A real
I get you.
creator thing, unless it is like you build like a real stable brand, and you could call 20,000 for a video, which is actually like at one point Samson, that was his price, 20,000 for a video. I know, I think it's
Yeah.
like about Kyle's or Junior Lee's price something for now, which by all means I tell them that's a real fair price. So what you're doing, you're actually underselling yourself, because in the international market, for the views it is they have and the engagement it is they have, they should be charging more.
That in, yeah, should be charging that in US. But yeah, I understand what
Yep.
you're saying. So
Yeah.
let we kind of slide over now to the social media stigmas and things that has happened, right? Now
Mm-hmm.
we know how the creator market does work in Trinidad and Tobago. We spoke about it many times on the podcast. People in Trinidad always trying to lowball and undercut because they don't see the value in it and all them kind of things, and to get a video sponsored, and then sometimes they'll promise you the money and then you have to run down the money because they ain't give it to you. Sometimes they don't want to get a contract, they just want to give you and all kind of weird things has happened. So
Mm-hmm.
all the creators all the children who looking at creators and be like, oh, look, I want to be like Kyle. I want to be like Certified Samson. I want to be like Shifted. She getting with SBCS. For all I know, SBCS didn't pay you yet. But I don't know, right?
Actually, they
I ain't
were
gonna
like
say
one of
thing.
the best people that I
Yeah.
ever worked with. Like,
Thank,
out of two people, the best people I ever worked with.
thanks to the name drop, SBCS. You could sponsor the podcast. But the but yeah, that's one of my things. Because people just be like, why don't look for sponsorship and all them kind of things? But I just kind of tell
Nah.
them, at this, I'm a big man, I have children, I married, all those different things. I can't be on that kind of grind where you had to be begging people for money. Because when you're young, you could do that. You could hunt and you could not eat for a little bit and live. I cannot eat.
True.
I could not eat, but my children cannot eat. That kind of thing, right? So the creator economy is what it is, right? But your place in the creator economy is a little different because you're a female who does not try to sell your your assets or your beauty as your starting point, right?
Mhm.
So I remember in the early days, they used to do videos and used to be people used to be like, why are you cussing so much? And be like, this is how I am. You had a little acne and thing, and you tell them about your acne and be like, dog, me care about all you see of me in whatever colorful language and those kind of things, right? And that was real impressive to me, because the reality of it is that behind the screen is a real person, and as a real person, you have to determine how much of your realness you want to show to people, or how much fakeness you want to show to build your brand.
Mhm.
And your brand was not about trying to be dancing and whining and plenty makeup and all that drama, right? So you're basically a gamer girl. But you used to bounce up some of the weirdos, right? On social media. What's the weirdest one you bounce up on social media?
Oh, Jesus Christ, dog. That could be anybody. That's like,
Pick
I
one.
could
Pick
even tell you
one.
some people that is comedy. Pick one. Boy,
Yeah.
nah, Dread. I don't know if it is already for that, because at the end of the day, you would think it's the randoms that is the worst. The other creators are the worst.
Oh,
And the
okay,
people in
okay,
the
okay.
industry are the worst.
All right, that's what I
Like, the
wanted to
worst,
get.
worst.
I wanted to get some kind of honesty or some sort of thing, because I would not think it would be the other creators. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, because sometimes you might see somebody as a creator, and then you kind of meet them, and you're like, whoa, this is not what I would have expected, or not what I was looking for. But yeah, okay. So is other creators were blindsided the most basically.
Of course. Because you're thinking that, they understand. I think the most dangerous individuals, plural, is people that doing social media for all the wrong reasons. Especially,
Okay.
I would say the trope would be fellas that never, ever, ever had encounters with women before, all of a sudden have exposure to all of them online, right? Because of the
Right.
fame. And now they get the money from whatever deals it is they get. They feel they could talk and treat people any way that it is that they feel now.
Yikes.
And they feel everybody like them, and it's like, oh, I really don't care how much digits it is you have on like a piece of paper now. To me, that is nothing. Who cares?
Yeah.
That was really insane to like sit down and
To
like
navigate kind of, yeah.
hear. Cause I did like, are you all like sane in your head? The answer is no, they're not sane. These people are real crazy, boy.
Right now, you're listening to Trinidad Cast, and more than likely, you know that I love technology a lot. But more so, I love teaching technology. I'm a CSEC IT and CAPE Computer Science and IT teacher, and I have classes that are available. So if you know anyone, any student that's looking for quality CAPE Computer Science or CSEC IT classes, you can check us out 308-8799 on WhatsApp or makeitsimplett.com/register. You can get classes, notes, recordings, IA, SBA help, everything that you could think of that will get you that one in CSEC IT. So you can check us out. So wait, okay. So how you navigate the kind of gender stereotype that that you would have faced as, okay, you're a female who is basically gaining in popularity, and obviously the males who gaining in popularity would think that, okay, my job is not to get one of the low-hanging fruit. I need to find one of the high-hanging fruit, which will be kind of you when you're going into ascendancy or whatever the case is, right? How you navigate it and kind of stay professional, because there's still an element of business that you have to keep in mind in kind of business head that you have to keep. But you still have to maintain the professionalness of it, professionalism of it, or something like that. Yeah.
I would say you're gonna bounce them up anyway, because Trinidad real small.
Yeah.
They just bounce them up, just do whatever. They just embarrass themselves so much, they might never talk to you ever again. And you just have it in the back of your head, like, wow, they're real embarrassed. Because like, it's like I don't know if it's like an ego thing, but when you deny them, they just get so vexed, they just pretend like they never, ever, ever met you. It is work out, it is deny themselves. Don't be awkward. The problem is when it is they have themselves so rooted within a foundation that they block certain opportunities for you because of bad mind. that this happened. So
Oh, okay. You know,
yeah,
it had a
at that
time.
point.
Go ahead.
No, I just decide. Every time I drive in, like east west, I just get real confused on what lane I'm supposed to be in.
Sorry.
Real
All right.
confused.
All right. I from the east, so I taken that like well, not a hard, but with a grain of salt. It's okay. I understand because when I in south, I
No,
be
because like
asking some
when you're going
questions.
south, right?
Yeah.
When you're going south, you just have to be on a specific lane, otherwise you miss the whole south turn.
Yeah.
So I was trying not to miss the whole turn. Try to make the wrong and go again.
Yeah. Okay, I get you. Yeah, there was a time
Yeah.
I carry my students out to eat. The South students and them that I have in my classes. We met in C3, I think, or South Park, one of the two. And I see you, right? And it had one set of like, friends around you. Some of them was a lot of fellas and all them kind of thing. But I so socially awkward. I don't walk up to nobody and say hi. I'll just be like, the few times that I'm out in public, I just be cringing all the time. I just be like, wait, boy, people gonna notice me. People gonna all them students and them who was doing like IT and thing, just be like, hey, you help my girl one. You help my girl one. Hey, is the IT teacher? And me, I never wanted to be like known or famous or anything of that sort, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you out in public and you navigating the social impact of what you do on social media versus what happens in real life.
Mm-hmm.
How is navigate that? There's a real tough question in my opinion, but I
But
want to
sometimes I just be hearing people talking about me right next to me behind my back dog. It depends on what mood I am. Like most of the time I won't tell anybody anything now unless they
yeah,
walk up and talk to me. But
yeah,
it depends on what mood is I in, because in business is always a high stress thing. And business is my whole life. So if it's like if I know for a fact that I was holding back on cussing somebody in a business thing and somebody come up and talk to me, they have this image of me online,
yeah.
I not gonna try to change that of them. Sometimes I be honest with people and tell them, hey, I'm not having a good day. So like I try and not to cuss you by like, you know, as like thing now. So sorry about
Yeah.
that. And most of the time what I just tell people is when people say use that girl from TikTok and I feel like that, I just be like, nah, that don't mean you know.
Yeah, that's the same thing I was do actually. They'd be like, hey, use the IT man. I was like, nah, wait, I'm a twin brother. Wait.
Yeah,
Them good.
that is not me. It's like you're sure
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, that's my twin sister. I say the same thing, that's my twin sister.
Yeah. And there's kind of watch you and it's be like, he's serious or he's not serious. And then if I realize that they're real fighting with it and they're not they're not awkward or weird, I'll be like, no, it's really me. Nice to meet you. And then just shake their hand and however the case is, right? But as a girl, as a woman, you have to navigate that kind of thirsty man kind of vibe now. And that may be difficult. I don't know. So that was asking.
See, the fat thirsty. This man cannot drive. I don't understand what's going on here now. You driving a BMW SUV like a real brand new one, dog, and he driving a Tutti.
Yeah, that's how it
What
is
is
on East.
that?
That's how it is on East West. It's normal. The people will be trying to flex a lot. It's all right. It's good.
Yeah. Honestly, like the fellas that really just thirsty, it is just no. The minute that it is that they start talking, it is just no. You just shut it down immediately. Sometimes I just like I tell them hi and whatnot, and they starting to talk. I will like let them talk out like a 5 minutes, and I'll be like, all right, I'll go on. And like if they start saying again, I was like, no, who's you? And I just walk off. Like now I don't know you, you know. I just walk off.
Well, that's real cool. That's real good.
Sometimes I just real lie, like the number one lie I just always tell people, and it's an in-person lie. So anybody ever met me in person and I tell you that I was married, that's a lie. But like I don't care.
Oh, all right,
I just tell the truth. I tell you I just lie. I like that. That does not even make it a lie anymore. It just cancel out.
All right, last one about social media and stigma before we move on to like content creation and thing, right? What is doing people think that you're rich because you're TikTok famous or you're Instagram famous or whatever it is? People just think that you are like, balling. And when they see you do something that is frugal, they'd be like, but you could afford that. And you watch them and you're like, bro, you don't know me. You don't know my financial situation. How does work out?
I
Not
think
saying that
people will think,
you're not rich, because we know you're
yeah.
rich. But I mean, yeah.
No, 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 no. I would say I don't have no money. The business have all the money.
Yeah. Facts.
But honestly, it's like I think I am at a different disposition than most people because I think there's always like a stigma with a light skinned Indian girl living in a Caribbean country. She must come from Westmoreland, must come from Palmerston, Gulfview, and all of that. Like, it's
Yeah,
a stigma that I couldn't even run away from when I had $100 in my bank account. Like,
yeah.
you just can't with people. So, I mean, it's nice to know that people believe in me more than I believe in myself, you know. At the end of the days, I mean, it's me who had to live and I have to pay the bills, but, you know, most of this that I could tell people, and you see again, let's be real honest with people. When I tell people, nah dog, I real struggling. That's the truth. When I start to ball out and I rich and I have enough like security and peace of mind for me to accept that, then I'll be like, okay, well then yeah, that's a fair point. But I wouldn't be sitting down here adamantly denying it. No. I'm so paranoid about like people coming and taking. Like if I was rich, I wouldn't even be upset that people would rob me. I'd be like, okay, anyway, I could just buy that back. But no, I would be upset if you rob me because that's all I have.
Yeah. I 100% sure that if you get rich, you wouldn't let anybody know. You'll just live your life normal. That kind
I
of,
think that
yeah.
I think that I am on a projection inevitably in the cards, and a lot of people could see that. But at the end of the day, I'm still pretty young. Like from when I first started online, I think I was probably 18, 19. I'm 23 now. I wouldn't deny that, like, in comparison to most 23-year-olds, I live a more privileged life than them, but that's the life I built for myself now. And
Mm.
I, I don't know. I wouldn't say that it is that I'm rich. I would say I'm rich once I start getting taxed like 30%.
No, when
That
you,
ain't me.
no. Once you know what the tax brackets is, that means yeah, something different about it. And yeah, we know what the tax brackets are. Okay, cool. All right. Um, so yeah, before you had to go, because you're reaching to your destination just now. The viability of content creation versus entrepreneurship in Trinidad and Tobago, it's not talked about at a deep level by a lot of people, but the the goal of the content creation really is supposed to build a platform for you to do something else. But a lot of people just want the platform and don't want to put any hard work to do something else, right? How much is how hard it is to continue creating the content that not gonna make any like financial immediate financial gain while grinding on your business, knowing that you still have to create the content, but you still have to grind on the business because they kind of go hand in hand or they kind of push into each other.
I think at a certain point, especially if he's a perfectionist from school, because when I went to school, I was a real perfectionist. Sometimes it is just talk yourself out of doing things that it is that you know that it is that you should do, even if it mightn't come out with like any result from it, like physically later. I think everybody, in terms of content creation, have to walk a fine line between being an artist and then also being a business person. Because at the
Yeah.
end of the day, everything that it is that you post online is business, yes, but at the same point in time, I think what a lot of creators run into is like a creative block because they feel as though that, like, honestly, it's just the restrictions. The reason why people don't talk about like sponsorships and brand deals and all of this stuff is because they just want like a nice, neat corporate package, dog. Like they just want, like for me, like how I look, they expect me to sound like, "Hi guys, my name is Francesca, and today it is that I went to the Hyatt." It's like, dog, that's not me. But because of how I look, that's what it is they want. That's like the most
Yeah.
brand friendly content. They quicker sponsor that than they sponsor somebody that jump out like Young Brother. I mean, Young Brother is Young Brother because that's culture, right? That's the only
Yeah.
pass it is you get when it's culture. But as a girl, especially, and you look like me, nah, it's not that at all. So then you kind of hop down on yourself and say, okay, nah, I can't post this, even though it's yourself, because I wouldn't get the brand deals. I can't post this because it's like, you know, what these people will say and what they will think. And if it is I do this, would I get paid that month? Would somebody approach me with a deal that month? So it is always a balance. It is you have to be at, and then also to wherever life you're going through and when it is you think, oh, this not making no sense. I think content is something that this pays itself dividends a lot later on than the first initial jump. A video could do bad in the beginning and then blow up like just so randomly. So I would tell somebody delete videos and then do this over and do that. Because it does mark your progression as a creator and a person to anybody that looking at your content over the years and see how far it is you grow. But it's just a matter of if you want to do it or not, and having that balance between the artist and having a business mindset, it will take you far. Because you can't be all artists, because then you will get like real run over in business. Can't be all business, because then like you become like a fake corporate machine. I mean, you'll be rich though. You'll be real rich though. I ain't gonna lie.
And you have plenty enemies. You have plenty enemies. Because if you're all business, you become a very cutthroat human being. Because if you just do everything business oriented, you will basically build no relationships. And
like
building relationships
just like this month, I turned down $50,000 from some people because like I don't know, like you just don't feel our vibe. Like you just feel like somebody would stab you in the back. I didn't take it, and most people that just take the money. I really needed the money because I buy this car. I really needed it. And I didn't take it.
Have I ever turned down 50,000? No, I never turned down 50,000. I turned down plenty weird things that people would have never turned down, but $50,000 for a video? Hey! Alright, no, not really. Well, the reason I asked that is because
it wasn't like a video, but it was more like a campaign for the marketing company that I have. Like, I do a lot of like projects that people don't know that are on. If you ever come across like the guy that sell glasses on TikTok, Kishev, all his videos, like most of them, like 3/4 of them is mine.
Yeah, I understand. Now my TikTok game real weak because, well, as I said, I'm a big man. I've responsibilities and that kind of thing. So scrolling on TikTok, I realized a long time ago, the only reason I go in there is because I need to understand the world that I am living in to be able to run business better. But I have no personal profiles on social media anymore because, well, millennials just go through this burnout kind of thing and be like, all right, now the digital world just, I can't take anymore. So
no, that's me lately. I get here because like I so focused on like, I don't know, like I want different things out of life, but then I also feel like my soul calling me to do something. I think that's when it is you really know you should be online because it's like you can live your whole life without it. But for some reason, you feel like you need to put something out and it don't matter who see it now. That's one of the things you know you're meant for it.
Yeah. Because the noises or the chatter on it not going to bother you as much because you know you're doing it for a purpose, and what if you get praise or if you get drag, it really not really gonna move your needle too much because you're so driven by whatever you're doing now. And I get you totally. Well, you probably made it this far in the podcast. That means you probably like technology a lot and like to at least hear us talk about technology. And that also means you may know somebody or somebody who knows somebody or somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who wants a website built or an app built or some sort of technology integrated in their business. If you want to help them out, you could send them to Make It Simple TT, send them to us, and we have business services that range from building websites to building apps to invoicing systems to ensuring that technology is used in your company, to installation of routers, buying things online. So you can check us out, 308-8799. You can check our services out, or you could go to makeitsimplett.com and see some of the things that we've done and maybe give a recommendation to our website built or something like that. So, last question now. Last thing would be the creator economy and the business. Well, we know how the business system does work in Trinidad and Tobago, how to register a business and all of that drama and paying taxes and all them background things and accounting. Whatever it is you had to do to run the business, you had to run the business. So there is a business economy which does not really favor small businesses in any major way. Like it have all kind of small business grants and all that kind of thing, but you ever try to apply for one of them things? I do that already, and I just like, nah, I bootstrapping, but
Shiva mom is the one that tell me to go and apply for itself, but I don't know. It was like a max at 20,000, and I that give me PTSD on the 20K that I lose from my own money, and I was like, nah, I not going through that.
Yeah. I think I was talking to Shivam too, and he was explaining to me, and he was telling me and whatnot, and I was like, nah, boy, I tried that already, and the amount of work I had to put into that is better I just put work into the business, and I would make that money and be able to invest it on that kind of thing, and that kind of drama, right? So that's the business side of it. But the creator economy is essentially get big, get ads, get sponsorships until you're not big anymore. And the ecosystem for it is not really backed by the government in any way. That kind of makes sense to say, all right, if you want to be a creator, here are the tools that we could give you or whatnot. You basically have to figure it out on your own. You think the government could do anything to help the creator economy, because the creator economy is what is going to build the businesses in the future. And not them business grants and all them things going to build the economy in the future. Is the creator economy going to build it, right? So you think the government could do anything to help that?
I don't think that they would, because at the end of the day, it's all about money and what they could use as their benefit, right? And as far as
Yeah.
I see, their own benefit for creators is politics. To have an
Mm-hmm.
influential head like what they did to, was it John Michael Ali Bokas for Sandu West, like this
Yeah,
year?
yeah,
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 so for me, it's like they'd rather just put our influence as an MP. That's a horrible idea. Not saying that John Michael because it's not a cool guy, you know?
yeah,
Just
yeah,
as an
yeah.
example, like for example, what they did with oh god, this girl for Kizel party dog, Rotok. That
Oh,
was the
yeah,
most
yeah, yeah.
uneducated decision ever. Like Kizel is like a real clown for that. Nah. It was real funny though. I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, but why? Like
But not a
that's the only
substance,
way
yeah. Yeah.
that I would see the government really assisting that, unless they could benefit from it now to use that person influence to sway the vote in any kind of way. But the public at large, we know people for now. Like if we put 35 something as an MP, it's like what Samson know about politics? I don't know. I just know he's
Yeah.
making news, So that's the way I see that they're looking to swing it, and hell, like it's all about their own gain now. What they could
Mhm.
do to do it for them as that already feeling that done laughable. I
So
think the
that's
majority,
from
like the
like a
most of what it
party
is that they could
perspective.
really do.
Uh-huh. No, I say that's from like a party perspective, right? But let me say the institution of the
Them lock
government,
the
like how
gates on me.
you reach later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
yeah,
looking around and I thinking these people lock the gate on me, right? No, I didn't
yeah.
reach late. Like I have some investments in our farm right now. So
Oh, okay.
I come to check the farm real late and the gate lock. Oh well, I nothing. This is a side road.
Yeah, just don't go too far down the side road. Yeah, from the government as an institution, right? No, so, like say they had the Ministry of
Just back
AI
up
and
on the side and
whatever
let
it is,
people
right?
pass. But
If
yeah, like
if
from
they
a
decide
perspective
that
of
they
where
want
it
to
is
take
that
that.
it could really help,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't know. Like I really don't know because I thinking about how it could benefit them now. Aside from that, I don't think it have really any benefits to them. To have
But
none other than just to swear votes.
no, okay, so that's elections based, right? If we were to think about it from the institution of the government, and there's a particular ministry, and the
No,
goal
no,
of
no.
the
I,
government
I
is to
back
kind
up
of
on
push
thing.
things.
I just
Yeah, well, now, well, last thing, because you're looking like you're, and I think I know where you are, where you are, because I'm from the east.
oh shit. You know where I is, dog?
And you say farm, like, okay, I know where the farms are. Okay, cool. Don't worry. You're safe. You're safe. The last thing is the government. The government as an institution has a responsibility to try to push Trinidad forward in different ways. You think they will ever push the creator economy by creating some sort of ministry or some sort of support for creators to
Nah, I doubt they will ever do it now. I would always say that they will look for like a reason, like how this benefiting me. And aside from me thinking about like, okay, how this could benefit them? Well, it could benefit them by, swaying the votes, letting them be MPs, whatever the case is. Like, I don't see how it will benefit the nation now, because it's like entertainment in what kind of way? Like, I think the government think that entertainment is just something that will naturally form over the years, which is true. Like, people will
mm,
just come up out of nowhere and naturally form. But
Yeah.
it have to benefit them directly, dog. And like, unless it's like anything to do with politics and swing votes, I don't really think that it would.
All right, cool. I get you. All right. Well, that's it then. Name drop your things. I had a name drop so we could let people know what you're doing, where to follow you, and them kind of things, and all that will be in the show notes. So
Okay,
if you
gotcha.
if you get a free ad, what are you gonna tell people?
If it is interested in buying top of the line quality computers that is move real fast, go and visit Infectious Technologies on Instagram. And if it is you're looking to market your business, visit iViral Digital Marketing as well, because we just do some pretty insane and amazing ads. One of our best top selling clients, Kishore Ramajan, he's actually a guy that does come do the eye test and sell the glasses in your house. So you never have to leave your house, and all the glasses is just $1,000, included in the test and the prescription, everything. Now we marketed that guy from nothing, zero.
Nice. All right, so all that will be linked below. Thank you very much for your driving podcast. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to post the clips of this video and let everybody know that we real out here. It's real people doing real things, and it's not
The thing is, why I so surprised that I didn't get tickets and I didn't actually bad drive nobody, you know.
Yeah, clipping that for sure. I thought that, isn't it? Have a great week. We will see you next week for you later.